all the listeners. I think we're a minute early, but nonetheless, we'll get started. Thank you, Maharaj, for this opportunity. So, in continuation from yesterday, कल हम संगत जी पढ़ रहे थे सुखमनी आंटी की book में the conversations that she penned down between her and her grandfather. When her grandfather was in the state when pretty much he was oscillating between being on earth and then the other world. So he was in this process of transitioning to his onward journey, and he started to see things which he would say out loud. And then, Sukhmani Aunty documented those conversations, which today we are reading for the benefit of us all. So, Malik कहता है, अपना उधार चुका ले, वरना पछताएगा. मेरा चाय और खाने का उधार है. मंडे शिवजी का दिन, लोगों को चाय और लंगर खिला दो. Guruji says, pay your debts or you will be very sorry. I have a debt of feeding someone tea and food on Monday, which is Shivji's day. Feed people from my side and give them tea to drink. No coincidence that it's a Monday and I am drinking tea. आज सुबह घंटियों की आवाज आई. गुरुजी मेरे पास माटी कलर के कपड़ों में आए और बहुत हंसे. मालिक बहुत सुंदर हैं. This morning I heard bells ringing and Guruji came to me wearing mud-colored clothes. He laughed a lot. God is very beautiful. Daddy, what does God look like? I asked. He said, अगर शक्ल पता चल जाए तो लोग दुनिया छोड़ दें. इतने खूबसूरत हैं. If we come to know what he looks like, we would probably want to leave this world and go to him. He is so beautiful. And that's exactly what I think, that once you see that has been referred to as chitte kapdo wali dunya, once you see that, I think we lose the will of being here because we know what that place looks like. आज गुरुजी ने मुझे एक ऐसी दुनिया दिखाई जहां बहुत बड़े और सुंदर फूल हैं. 100 साल तक उन फूलों में खुशबू रहती है. राजाओं और महाराजाओं में इन फूलों के पीछे जंग हो जाती है. Today, Guruji showed me a place where there are big flowers. The fragrance in them remains for hundreds of years. And sometimes there is a war between the kings for their possession. ऊपर की दुनिया बहुत सुंदर है. ज्यादा देर तक नहीं देख सकते क्योंकि आंखें चुंधिया जाती है. जिन लोगों के कर्म खत्म हो जाते हैं वही सचखंड में रहते हैं. The world beyond is very beautiful. You can't look for it for too long as it's so bright that your eyes get blinded with glow. Only people who have finished their karmas can live there. And we keep talking about glow, right? और वही नूर, वही तेज हम गुरुजी के चेहरे पे देखते थे. Like I said, that मन तो ये करता था कि एक टक आप देखते रहो and eyes भी ना blink करो. लेकिन yet जब गुरुजी आपसे नजर मिलाते थे तो इतना तेज होता था कि आप एक तक उनको नहीं देख सकते थे, and you would by default just look down. I asked Daddy if I had too many debts to pay off, debts like food, clothing, money, etc. He replied, हाँ, बहुत कर्ज चुकाने हैं, खाना खिला, कपड़े बांट, पर ऊपर पैसा नहीं चलता, सिर्फ प्यार चलता है. Yes, you have many debts to pay off. Feed the hungry. Clothe the ones that don't have any, but remember up there is no such thing called money. There is only love. Guruji Malik hai, सबसे ऊपर है, शक्ल अलग है. गुरुजी शिवजी है. शिवजी को देखना बहुत मुश्किल है. इंसान घबरा जाता है, पर मैं नहीं घबराता. Guruji is the creator. He is at the most highest position. He is Shiv. To see Shivji is not easy as people get scared. But I didn't get scared on seeing him. Daddy, have you seen Guruji? I replied. He replied, हाँ, मैंने बहुत बार देखा है. मुझे दर्शन देते हैं. कभी मैं उनके पास तो कभी वो मेरे पास आ जाते हैं. मुझसे कहते हैं, ये दुनिया वो नहीं जो तू समझता है. Yes, I have seen Shivji many times. Sometimes I go to him, and at other times he comes to me. He tells me that this world is not what you think or see. गुरुजी दे साडे ऊपर पूरी कृपा है. जब तक गुरुजी है, हमारा कोई कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सकता. मालिक दा साडे ऊपर हाथ है. Guruji has his full blessings on us. As long as we are with Guruji, nothing bad can happen to us. He has his hand all over us. And back in the days, we used to get some signed photographs, जहाँ गुरुजी अपने हाथों से लिख के अपना sign करके देते थे, date डाल के देते थे. And we still have pictures which says Kapur family full blessings. And that is priceless. जिसे कहते हैं ना खजाना, वो है हमारा खजाना. जरूरतमंद को छोड़ना नहीं. खिलाओ, पिलाओ, दान करो, गरीब को दो. एक ही जगह 10 आएंगे. खुद भूखे रह जाओ, पर भूखा आदमी घर से भूखा नहीं जाना चाहिए. ये नहीं कर सकते तुम तो तुम्हारा क्या फायदा हुआ. Don't ever desert a needy person. Feed people. Give charity. If you give one thing, 10 things will come to you in its place. Remain hungry, but make sure no one goes hungry from your house. If you can't do this much, then what are you worth? गुरुजी, तुमसे इसलिए प्यार करते हैं क्योंकि तुम दोनों खाने को दान करते हो. इस दान से ऊंचा कोई दान नहीं है. दान ना देने से तुम्हारा नुकसान है और किसी का नहीं. Guruji loves you because you both, mom and me, give charity, give food to the hungry. There is no bigger charity than to feed the hungry. If you don't indulge in charity, it is your own loss. कहो कि हमारे पास सब कुछ है, किसी चीज की कोई कमी नहीं है, तो फिर सब कुछ मिलेगा. अगर कहोगे कि कुछ नहीं है, तो तुम कंगाल हो. Always say that you have plenty and there is nothing that is lacking. If you say this, you will have everything. But if you keep saying you don't have enough, then you will be a pauper. One day, Daddy repeated what I had already seen. Light around a house. Guruji का कोई रूप नहीं. शाम को खड़े होकर देखो, तुम्हारे आसपास कितनी रोशनी है. हमारे घर के पास गुरुजी की लाइट है. गुरुजी की कृपा है. Guruji is formless. He has no form. Look around you in the evening and you will see Guruji's light glowing around you. Even our house is surrounded by its light, by his blessings. Guruji से मांगना बंद करो, patience सीखो, wait करना सीखो और मालिक की रजा में रहो. जैसे वो रखे उस हाल में रहना सीखो. ये हम सब के लिए बहुत जरूरी सीख है संगत जी, क्योंकि हम सब on a daily basis डगमगाते हैं. So this is a reminder for me, you, and all of us around us. Stop asking for things from Guruji. Learn patience and learn to wait. Remain in God's will. Learn to live in whatever circumstances He wishes us to live in. And जब हम इस बात को अपने दिल में बसा लेंगे ना, that's the moment we will see all the dejection just take off. All the disappointment just disappear. I asked Daddy if I could ever see Guruji the way he was seeing him, and he replied, you will have to work for it. We are going through hard times, and sometimes I would ask Daddy if he two would ever see happiness, and he would reply, तुम्हारे पास गुरु है, इससे बड़ी खुशी दुनिया में कोई नहीं है. You have a guru, and to have a guru is the highest form of happiness in this world. Undoubtedly it is. Daddy, where does Guruji live? He replied, Guruji की कुटिया है, उसमें बड़े बड़े हीरे जड़े हुए हैं. इतनी लाइट है कि कोई देख नहीं सकता. तुम सोच नहीं सकते वो कितनी सुंदर जगह है. वो कुटिया पहाड़ की चोटी पर है. Guruji has a small hut that seems to have big diamonds studded in it. You cannot see it because the bright light is so blinding. You cannot even begin to imagine how beautiful it is. It is located on the peak of a mountain. Whenever Guruji comes to me, he comes with his sangat. He doesn't like being without his sangat. Like I noted this earlier as well, that we saw it and experienced it firsthand on several instances कि गुरुजी कभी भी अकेले नहीं जाते थे. वो हमेशा अपने संगत परिवार को, चाहे 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 लोग हो, उनको साथ में लेकर जाते थे. गुरुजी ने मुझ पर बहुत बख्शीश की है. मुझे उड़ा कर ले जाते हैं. मैं सारा वर्ल्ड उनके साथ देख लिया है. Guruji has blessed me immensely. He makes me fly with him, and with Guruji I have seen the whole world. I asked Daddy one day, Daddy, is there someone above Guruji? And he replied, हाँ, उनकी भक्ति. इनके लेवल तक कोई नहीं पहुंच सकता. वो तो आप मालिक हैं. मुझे सब कुछ दिखा दिया है. Yes, if there is anything about Guruji, it is his devotion. There is no one who can reach his level. He is the creator himself. He has shown me everything. Daddy, why did Guruji take form and come himself if he was the creator? Couldn't he send someone else? To which he answered, दुनिया इतनी खराब हो गई है कि डिसीजन लेने को इनकी पावर की जरूरत है. सब उनके हुक्म से होता है. The world has become so evil and bad that to take decisions, his power is needed. Everything happens with his wish. Since Guruji's mother had recently expired, I was curious to know where and how she was. We were with her during her last days in the hospital and had grown a special bond with her. Daddy, where is Mataji, Guruji's mother? माताजी बहुत चंगे थाते हैं. उथे हर कोई नहीं जा सकता. हुन असी भी चले जाना है. She is in a very nice place where all cannot reach. Now it's time for me to go as well. Daddy spoke of his past life where he owned a shop and Guruji often came and sat there with him. Guruji used to call me Mr. Clean because I kept my shop very clean. He said, that is why he is so fond of all of us now in this birth. My grandfather made rapid progress and was finally discharged from the hospital. The doctors were amazed how someone with cancer has no pain and has recovered so fast. Throughout his illness, he never once complained of pain, and the doctors were shocked and told us that such patients receive injections worth lakhs just to subside the pain. During his 1.5 month stay at home, he continued to talk about Guruji visiting him with his sangat. Not only Guruji, he now started seeing my late grandmother and his own mother. That is exactly right, Sankaji. Oh my God, I am getting goosebumps reading this book because I am forced to relive those moments that I spent with Papa in April and May of last year. And randomly he would start calling out his mother and we would look at each other in horror. कि वो किसका नाम ले रहे हैं? क्या देख रहे हैं? And now when I'm reading this again, it makes total sense. On one particular day, I am ashamed to admit, I was too tired to even get up when Daddy instructed me. Make tea for Guruji and his Sangat. Unable to even move my hand, I took advantage of Guruji's closed eyes, thinking he couldn't possibly see, and said, yes, Daddy, I have made it. You call yourself a disciple of your Guru. You have not made the tea. You have lied, he said. Feeling ashamed, I pulled myself out of the bed to make tea for Guruji. Wanting to test my grandfather's ability to see, even with his eyes closed, I put the mug of tea in front of Guruji's photograph, kept in another room, and prayed to Guruji to accept it. I then went to my grandfather's bed and asked him if Guruji had got the tea. Yes, now Guruji and his Sangat have got their tea, he replied. On another occasion, Daddy told me his mother was with him and that I should make tea for her. As I got up to make the tea, he said, she wants to have tea in the pretty tulip mugs in the kitchen. She finds them very beautiful. The mugs with pretty tulips were given to me by my sister during Daddy's stay at the hospital. He had never seen them or was never fed from them. There was no way he could have just known about them, but he did. Many people kept visiting him, including Guruji, and I was constantly making tea for his visitors. Guruji has shown me that very bad times are going to come. He told me one day, Daddy, how do you see all this? I asked. It's like a television screen in front of me. I'm shown a lot of things like this. And yes, when you think of premonition, sometimes you see things that are like a writing on the wall, and you keep talking about those things, that this is going to happen, this is going to happen. And that's your sixth sense telling you. On the 24th of July, 2001, I woke up to see Daddy very restless. On asking him of what was the cause of his restlessness, he replied, Guruji aaye the, mujhe kehte hain, aithe aa. मैंने कहा गुरुजी मैं तो आप अपाहिज हो गया, चल नहीं सकता, कैसे आऊं? फिर भी मैं घिसट कर उनके पीछे चला गया. मैं गेट से 4 फीट अंदर को वो जगह है जहां गुरुजी ने मुझे जप्पी डाली और प्यार किया. मुझे गुरुजी कहते हैं, तुझे मैंने प्रमोट कर दिया. आज के बाद मैंने तुझे सब कुछ दे दिया. मैंने कहा गुरुजी मैं इतना सब कुछ लेकर क्या करूंगा? तो गुरुजी ने कहा तेरे जैसे और बहुत होंगे, तू उनमें बांटेगा. Meaning, Guruji came to me and asked me to follow him. I said, I have been paralyzed and I can't walk. Yet I dragged myself to go after him. Near the front gate, 4 feet on the inside, is where he blessed me and hugged me. Guruji then said that he has given me everything. I asked Guruji what I would do of all that he has given to me, and Guruji replied that there will be many like me to whom I can give. My mother and I were instructed to go to that very spot and click a picture. जिस जगह पर गुरुजी ने मुझे ब्लेस किया है, वहां उनकी निशानी मिलेगी, उसकी फोटो खींच लो. जिस दिन उस फोटो को तुम अपने पूजा की जगह पर लगाओगे, सब कुछ हो जाएगा. Meaning, the place where Guruji blessed me will have a sign of Guruji's presence. Click a photograph of that spot. The day you get the photograph developed and put it in your prayer area, everything will happen. With these instructions, we went inside. We went outside in the driveway, and 4 feet towards the inside, we saw a shivling made on the concrete floor. I clicked a photograph of the shivling. I couldn't see anything else. Daddy's condition began to deteriorate, and I forgot about the photograph completely. Daddy was shifted back into the hospital and was operated upon. After the operation, he never came out of unconsciousness. I remembered about the photograph. I was asked to put up in my prayer area and immediately went to have it developed. That photograph, when developed, was blown up to a bigger size revealed things that I could never imagine. It had images of the entire universe. I put this photograph in my prayer area on 5th of October, and on 12th of October, within 15 days, as Daddy had told me, Daddy finally left us. I asked Guruji about the strange photograph that Daddy had asked us to click, and Guruji then said, now you can dispose the photograph in running water. So yeah, strange things happen, and another personal experience comes to mind, that when on 28th April, the day Dad came home from hospital and we were all celebrating, we were in the driveway, we played the welcome band, and he was coherent. He looked very good. I had a few people working in my lawn, and they asked me, is this your dad? He looks very good. He had a bright smile, and he was in this position. So the paramedics brought him in. He was brought into his room, and he asked for milk. He asked for a cookie. Then he spoke on the phone, and he said, I'm going to be completely okay. And then 30 minutes of that, after that, suddenly he lost his pulse and his heart stopped beating. And we were in a state of shock because we thought, things were okay. And so he was, in one of the prior sessions, I described how my sister started to see things, and she was, she emotionally broke down, and I'd never seen her in that state. And then he was rushed back to the hospital. And in the meantime, they had found a medication for his so-called stage 4 aggressive cancer. But he had deteriorated to the point that it was hard for him to swallow, and that pill could not be injected, could not be left in the mouth, and the patient had to swallow it. So unless the patient is in the condition to swallow the pill, there was nothing that the hospital or the doctors could do. So, day one, the nurses and the doctors came, they tried, 2-3 experts came, they tried to get Dad to swallow the pill. The pill couldn't be swallowed. And we were very helpless, and we kept telling Papa, please nikalne ki koshish karo, this is your cure, please nikalne ki koshish karo, ye aapki bimari ka ilaj hai. But ho nahi pa raha tha. And then suddenly, that day I was in the hospital with Papa, and my sister would normally spend time in the hospital because we were working. So us din I brought my laptop to the hospital, and my sister sends me a text ki mujhe sab kuch nazar aa raha hai, yellow. I'm just seeing a lot of things with my eyes open, and I'm getting a vision that Guruji is trying to show me something yellow. So I started to think, I said, oh, maybe you should, make some yellow prasad, maybe make besan ka halwa, besan ki barfi, jo mere ko samajh aaya. So itne mein, Dad, who was in the hospital, he started to say a few words with sign language, and thoda sa with his awaaz jo thodi bahut samajh aayi, that unke muh se nikal raha tha rak. And then suddenly a light bulb lit up. I was like, oh my God, we brought a rak from India that Guruji had given to Dad some 22 years ago. We don't even know when, and we did not know about that rak for the longest time, till the time we were leaving Gurgaon to bring the family here to the States. And I was like, wo rak is in a yellow cloth. Nobody had seen what was inside it, but wo peele rang ke kapde mein it was draped. And I called home. I said, wo rak kahan hai? And we brought that rak to the hospital, kept it under Papa's pillow, and that was the first time Papa swallowed his pill. And the nurses were shocked. They did not know what changed, what happened. And this is how he gives signals, connections, and then it is up to us to draw inferences from that. I cross-checked the information given to us by Daddy, during his stay in the hospital, and Guruji had credited each and every word to be true. In fact, just before Guruji's Mahasamadhi, Guruji had started asking my mother to narrate the things my grandfather told us about. In the last satsang that Guruji did with Sangat before his Mahasamadhi, he called my mother and told her, Sukhi Aunty, 10 सारियां ਨੂੰ मैं तेरे फादर ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਨਜ਼ਾਰੇ ਦਿਖਾਏ ਹਾਂ मैं रब दिखाता सारे परिवार ਨੂੰ Sukhi Aunty, get up and narrate to all of the Sangat the things I have shown to your father. I have made this family see God. And thus, this was one of the many things he made my mother narrate during his last satsang. The lessons we have learned during the 3 months of my grandfather's sickness would have otherwise probably taken us many lifetimes to learn. This experience has brought about a turning point in our lives. Many people came and asked me questions that bothered me a lot. Why, when Guruji called your grandfather a saint, did he suffer so much? One day I asked Guruji the same question. Guruji, please explain why he suffered so much when he never harmed a soul in his life. He was pious and kind. Why? Guruji very patiently explained, Sukhmani, tenu ta sirf is janam da bhi pata hai. Mainu ta unha de 84 crore janma da pata hai. 3 mahine hospital vich rakh ke main unha da karam khatam kitta ha. Sirf thode je karm piche unha nu nahi fir janam lena padega. Un of free ha. And this is a beautiful explanation that I think more than anyone else I needed to read, because I had the exact same question when I saw my father just wither away in a matter of 12 months, with almost 2 months of being in the hospital. Sukhmani, you only know of his karmas in this life. I have his files for all his 84,000 lakh janams, which amounts to, I think, 84 crore junia. By keeping him in the hospital for 3 months, not only his, but your karmas were being worked on. He had just a few karmas left, and by keeping him for 3 months, I have made him clear them, else he would have to take another birth just to clear this little bit that was left. Now he is free. I finally understood and decided never to question Guruji again. For he is the Supreme Master, and what he decides for us will be for our benefit. I thank you, Guruji, for teaching us all such hard and difficult lessons in life by making them so much easier for us to bear, and for helping us all work out our individual karmas and become better human beings. And like I said, maybe the last 2 years would have been the most draining for me emotionally, the hardest time of my life so far. And in those times, Guruji ne mujhse wo karwaya hai, jo probably in my last 22 years, 23, I don't know the exact duration anymore and who's counting. मैंने इतने सत्संग, इतना मेरा focus on, just becoming a better person and forgiveness and healing and love regardless of what the other person feels about you, even if that person hates you, having the strength to love them back, ignore a lot of things. I think that's a gift that has been bestowed upon me by Guru Sahib, and I pray that he continues to make us all a better version of our own selves with each passing moment. Guru, it's the next chapter. Let no man in the world live in delusion. Without a guru, none can cross over to the other shore. That is true. This is a saying by Guru Nanak, कि हमें गुरु की जरूरत है, सबको है, इस भव सागर से पार होने के लिए. तो हम इस गलत फहमी में ना रहें कि बगैर गुरु के हम पार हो सकते हैं. The word guru is derived from the Sanskrit language and has a very deep spiritual meaning. Its two syllables, gu and ru, stand for the following. Gu means spiritual ignorance and darkness that most of us are in. Ru means the light or the radiance of spiritual knowledge that dispels the darkness of spiritual ignorance. In short, the guru is the one who dispels the darkness of spiritual ignorance and gives them spiritual knowledge. Sat janam jado guru nu paan di ichha aur koshish karde ho, tad jaake tuhanu puran guru milta hai. This explains to all of us कि कब हमें गुरुजी मिले, क्यों मिले. The reason is you have to desire and seek a guru for a period of 7 lifetimes before you can find a true guru. तो संगत जी, हम सब मुबारक के पात्र हैं कि हमने कुछ तो अच्छा किया होगा अपने प्रायर लाइफटाइम्स में कि हमें एक पूर्ण गुरु की चरण शरण मिली. हर माँ अपने बच्चे दी गुरु होंदी है जदों तक बच्चा 10 साल दा नहीं हो जांदा. उसके बाद असी महापुरुष टेक ओवर कर लेंदे हां. Every mother is the guru of a child till the child reaches the age of 10. After that, we Mahapurush take over, and clearly so, after that they just stop listening to us. Who is a guru? Kumti कीच चेला भरा, गुरु ज्ञान जल होए, जन्म जन्म का मोर्चा पल में दारे धोए. Kabir ji. Which means a disciple is full of mud of ignorance. A guru is water of knowledge. Whatever impurities are accumulated in many births, he cleans in one moment. A guru is the one who holds the key to your liberation. Without a guru, one keeps coming and going and is stuck in the cycle of birth and death. From time to time, a true guru appears to save human beings from the clutches of Maya. He makes us realize that life is not all about eating, drinking, sleeping, or gathering material things. We have all come on this earth with a purpose. A true guru thus comes to remind us of our true identity and purpose. As Guruji once said, Khana, Pina, te sona, te asi sari juniya vich karde haan. Manush janam vich Rab nu ne dimag ditta hai, ta ki asi us Rab nu pa sakiye. ਜਦੋਂ ਬੱਚਾ ਮਾਂ ਦੇ ਗਰਭ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਚੀਕਾਂ ਮਾਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ हे ਰੱਬ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਾਫ ਕਰ ਦੇ, ਮੈਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਾਂਗਾ. ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਬੱਚਾ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਿਕਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੀ ਹਵਾ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. Which means all life forms eat, drink, sleep. But only a human being is the one who's been given a brain so that he can realize God. When a child is in the mother's womb, he cries out in pain and begs God to forgive him. He says after birth he will take God's name, but as soon as a child is born, he forgets his promise to God. It is to remind us of this promise that a true guru appears. A guru helps us to get rid of the greatest disease called ego, which otherwise is impossible to leave. A guru is perfect, pure, and all-powerful. If a guru so chooses, he can rid us of the cycle of birth and death. He saves us from drowning in the seas of desire and materialism. He comes to remove our doubts and superstitions. As Guruji said, मैं तुहाडे भरम दूर करन आया हां. तुसी कहंदे हो कि बिल्ली रास्ता कट गई ते काम खराब हो जाएगा. बिल्ली वड्डी या रब? रब दे आगे कुछ नहीं टिक सकता. I have come to rid you of your false beliefs and misconceptions. When a cat crosses your path, you believe it will bring bad luck. Who is bigger, the cat or your God? Nothing is greater than God or his name. When he gives you the stamp of his approval, nothing can stop you. You are then fully blessed. तुहानू पता ही नहीं मैं तुहानू किन्ना bless किता है. कुछ साल बाद तानू पता चलूगा जदों तुहाडे सामने कोई खड़ा नहीं हो सकूगा ते तुहाडे सारे द्वार खुल जाएंगे. Meaning, you cannot make out how blessed you are. You will realize this after a few years when you will see that no one can stand in front of you and all your doors are opened. I actually realize this every second. वो एक शब्द भी है जे तू ना फरदाबा असारुल जाना सी. And that is so true to at least my personal life. मुझे लगता है कि मैं जो भी हूँ, if I'm going, I am holding, keeping strong, it is because of my Guru's grace. Otherwise, हमारी क्या औकात थी? We are all big shunyas, and he keeps us all going. असली गुरु रसिक वैरागी होना सिखांदा है. पूरा रसिक होना नरका पिछवा देंदा है ते पूरा वैरागी भी ग्रस्त चढ़ा देंदा है. A true guru doesn't tell you to wear saffron robes or go to jungles to find God. He will, in fact, tell you to strike a balance between his duties in his world and his duties towards the God. If an individual is stuck in materialism, he is walking towards hell. And if an individual leaves his home and duties to search God, he will never succeed. I was seeing a very interesting debate between the importance or the significance of striking a balance between karam and ibadat, which is exactly what we are reading right now. Ibadat zaruri hai aur karam bhi utna hi zaruri hai. Grihast bahut zaruri hai. Grihast vich rehkar रब नू याद करना चाहिए जदों हस्बैंड वाइफ दी सेवा करता है और वाइफ हस्बैंड दी ता इस तो वड्डा सुख कहीं नहीं है. यही स्वर्ग है. The life of a householder is a must, and remembering God while staying in the family is important. When a husband looks after his wife and a wife looks after her husband, then there is no greater happiness than this. This is heaven. जदों रब रूठ जांदा है ता गुरु संभाल लेंदा है. पर जदों गुरु ही रूठ जाए ते फिर किते जान दी थां नहीं. If a God is unhappy with you, you still have a guru who will help you and guide you. But if your guru is displeased with you, then you have no place of refuge left in the entire universe. Such is the importance of a guru. There's another saying that comes to mind, and it's very famous Kabir ji ka doha. Guru Gobind, dono khade, kage lagu pao. Balihari जाऊं उस गुरु के जिसने गोबिंद दिया मिला और बता, or something like that. And I know I completely butchered this, but in essence, the saying is कि अगर आपके आगे गुरु और गोविंद भगवान दोनों खड़े होते हैं, both your guru and govind come and stand in front of you, तो आप किसके पांव छुओगे? And Kabir ji says that I will prostrate to my guru because it is my guru who led me to my govind, my God. Such is the importance of a guru. Guru लक दे भी ते कक दे भी blessings कर सकता है. Guru blessings देकर वापस भी ले सकता है. A guru has the ability to bless you with a million things, and if you don't know how to take it from your guru, you will end up with a blessing worth nothing. Also, if a guru sees that his blessing is causing you to develop an ego Or if you're using his blessings in the wrong way, he can take back his blessings. A guru puts us under the hammer to bring out our essence, yet keeping his loving hand over us so that we don't break. He then prepares us to receive his knowledge. A guru deals with our soul. If you are not prepared to keep your logic and doubts out, you will never progress. Guruji too believed that logic has no place in his temple. Jado mere kol aande ho, apna logic aur dimag jodiyan kol chhad ke aaya karo. When you come to me, leave your logic and brain out where you remove your shoes. If you cannot leave your logic behind, don't come to a guru. Guru bin gyan na upjaye. Guru bin malaya na mosh. Guru bin melya na mosh. Guru bin lakhai na satya ko. Guru bin mite na dosh. Kabir ji. There can't be any knowledge without a guru. There cannot be any salvation without a guru. There won't be any realization of truth without a guru, and there won't be any removal of flaws without a guru. Do not be your own guru. When you go to a true guru, leave everything to him and do as he says. We only see in parts, but a guru sees the whole picture. All your problems become your guru's headache once he takes you under his wings. He only seeks complete surrender. Once you give him that, all your worries will be taken off. And my favorite reminder is कि इतना प्यार करो अपने गुरु को कि कष्ट हम पे आए लेकिन फिकर हमारे गुरु को हो. A guru is above God. Guru number 1 te hai. Guru di sangat duje number te hai. Te tije number te Rab. A true guru is at a number 1 position, then comes his disciple, and on number 3 is God. Rab tuhade lek lik ke tuhanu niche bhej denda ha. Guru tuhade putte lekha nu seedha kar sakta ha. Guru age Rab di bhi nahi chaldi. God writes your destiny and sends you to earth. Guru is the one who can change your destiny if he so pleases. In front of a guru, even God does not have much of a say. And that is why, Sangatji, it is very, very, very important and imperative that we teach or instill the significance of a guru in the young minds of our kids. They're going to be the next generation. They'll be the ones carrying this legacy forward. Because the time will come when people who have met, seen, touched, interacted with Guruji will all be wiped off. And it's going to be our kids who will carry forward this legacy. So they need to understand the significance of a guru in their lives. Even if they might question that, okay, Mom, you've seen Guruji, but I've not seen Guruji. And I tell my elder one that at least you were lucky, you were an infant where I actually placed you at his feet. The younger one, feels really bad that she did not get this opportunity, but as Guruji wills. Many people have questioned us as to why Guruji makes people stand up and narrate their personal incidences. The answer is simple. Guru di ustat karni paat karan to bhi vaddi hai. Sare greh seedhe ho jate hain, the zuban shuddh hondi hai. And that's why whenever given an opportunity to share a satsang, please try not to turn it down. And there are some people who say that, oh, हमारे पास तो कोई सत्संग ही नहीं है. अरे संगत जी, वो तो बहुत ही बड़ी blessing है. That means you're saying that my life is fine. I have no complaints, because satsang doesn't always have to be कि आपको कैंसर था, आप ठीक हो गए. आपका एक्सीडेंट हुआ, आप चलना शुरू हो गए. सत्संग ये भी तो है कि आपकी लाइफ में ना कोई बीमारी है, आप चल फिर सकते हो, आपके ऊपर छत है, तन पे कपड़े हैं, शुक्राना करो, वो भी तो सत्संग है. Praising your guru is much greater than doing prayers. All your bad karmas get sorted out. A guru not just purifies your speech, but also your soul. Guruji, how does the soul look? I asked. Tuhadi soul matches de lage masale jinniha. ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਆਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੋਲ ਹੀ ਦੇਖਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਬਾਕੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਖਦਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਭ ਛੋਟੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਕੀੜੇ ਮਕੌੜੇ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਹੋ Your soul is as big as the black spot on a matchstick. When you come to me, I only see your soul. I cannot see anything else. You all seem like small insects to me. He replied. Guruji then narrated a story to us. Pandavas went to Lord Krishna and asked him that when they are following him for so long, then why did he give the entire kingdom to the Kauravas? On hearing this, Lord Krishna replies, by giving them the kingdom and all the wealth, I have put them in Maya. As for you, I am cleaning your soul. Thank you, Guruji. I have received such a beautiful answer because sometimes I used to feel that, people who may not be as deserving are in a position of authority and sometimes they make decisions that come from a place of ego and you see that. And then you look at your Guruji and say that, Guruji, but you have put them in this position. And here's the answer, that sometimes when he's actually putting you on a different path, and that path might seem more harder or less privileged, but he is actually cleaning your soul. So trust his wisdom. मैं भी तुम्हारी आत्मा शुद्ध करन आया हाँ. जिस दिन तुम्हारी आत्मा शुद्ध हो जाएगी, उस दिन तुम्हारू सब कुछ मिल जाएगा. I too have come to purify your souls. The day your souls get purified, you will find everything, and that is so true. कभी तुम्हें लगता है कि एक तरफ दुनिया है और दूसरी तरफ तुम्हारे around सिर्फ 4 लोग हैं, and those 4 people that are actually standing by you matter to you more than the rest of the world. So we look at the volume that, oh my God, the majority is on this side and I'm outnumbered, and then you look around you and you say, hey, my true wealth is right here. And Guruji gives you that ishara, that what are you looking at? Focus on what you have, because asli khazana wo hi hai. Even if, the other side is being interpreted as the true wealth, but it may not be. ABC of Guruji. Guruji once told us there is an ABC that is applied to his disciples. A means no accusing. Check yourselves. Are we accusing every day or not? B, no blaming. Again, let's retrospect together. Are we blaming others around us or not? No criticizing. Are we doing that or not? If we are, take control. Check yourselves. Unconditional love and hope. मैनू बिना किसी इच्छा दे प्यार करो फिर देखो नजारे. Thank you, Guruji, for making me read this again. I am so grateful. Meaning, love me without any conditions and expectations, and then you will see what I will do for you. And patience, 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 Sangaji. Hope kade na ਛੱਡਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ. ਜਦੋਂ hope ਛੱਡ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ negativity attract ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ. When you give up hope, you attract negativity. Guruji, how does one find out who is a true guru and who isn't? I asked Guruji. ਪੂਰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ publicity ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ. ਉਹ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ bodyguard ਔਰ gunman ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਰੱਖੂਗਾ. ਜੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਵਰ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਕਟ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ. ਜੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਕਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਕਟ ਕਰੂਗਾ? उस दे विचों खुशबू आंदी है जो 100 साल दी तपस्या बाद मिलदी है। उस दे मस्तक विच नूर होवेगा, उस ते मथा रोशनी वांगू चमकूगा। महापुरुष नू कुत्ते मोर अते होर जानवर, कुत्ते मोर ते होर जानवर पहचान जाणगे ते रोला पान लग जाणगे। Okay, so let me explain this in English. He said that a true guru does not require publicity. A true guru will never keep a bodyguard or gunman around him. If the guru is true, he will have enough power to protect himself. If he cannot protect himself, how will he protect his disciples? His body will be fragrant, and a fragrance comes from meditating for 100 years. His forehead will have a shine, his face will glow. Dogs, peacocks, and other animals will sense if a true guru is nearby and will start to make a lot of noise. I have noticed all of the above signs in Guruji. Whenever Guruji went for a walk at the lake in Chandigarh, the moment he put his foot down, thousands of peacocks and dogs would start making a commotion. Guruji, we cannot give you anything. What should a disciple then offer to you or to your photographs? I asked, and he replied, Mahapurush, pyar de bhuke hunde ha. Sanu bas pyar te sharda hi chaidi ha. Guru no phool chadhaya karo. Kadi bhi badam te pista nahi chadhana chaida. A true guru is only hungry for your love and faith. You must refrain from putting almonds and pistachios in front of my photographs. Always put flowers instead. And my form of prayers that I'm sharing with Sangat Parivar has always been this. I get up and I give Guruji a kiss. I say thank you. And as I come down, any swaroop that I see, I try to acknowledge that swaroop. Either I bow down or I give Guruji a kiss and just, express love as if the love of your life, the most beloved person is actually sitting next to you. How much love would ooze out? And that's the kind of love, I guess, we can offer and we should all offer to Guruji instead of, showcasing your material possessions and doing those flamboyant grand satsang. Sure, whatever your heart desires, do it. But his focus is on your heart, the intent, the love, the unconditionality that we can offer to our Guru Sahib in sometimes the most trying times of our lives, not when everything is hunky-dory. A Guru likes a disciple who is humble and devoid of any ego. Ego is one thing that Guru would never tolerate in a disciple, and फल लगदे हां नीवी थान ते जीवे पानी आप चल के आंदा हा उस तरह ही नीवे लोगों को ब्लेसिंग्स आप चलकर आंदी हां मूर्खा के हम दास बस ए गल याद रखो. Why this ego? Become humble and remember the trees that bear maximum fruit on them are always leaning low. Just as waters flow on its own to low-lying areas, similarly blessings come on their own to those who are humble. Do not argue with the ignorant. And Sangatji, you will see this even with your own kids. As a parent, when you see your child walking around with a sense of entitlement, demanding things, even if they're your own flesh and blood, doesn't it upset you? Doesn't it hurt you? That, oh my God, like, as it is, I'm going to give, and this is a very practical example I'm sharing with you all, because I'm sure that at some stage of parenting, we all must have stumbled upon this. That as it is, as a parent, I am going to give every ounce of me to my child. But if you pound the table and you start to demand and there's a sense of entitlement that sets you back, and then actually you say, you know what, I was going to give you this, but now I'm not going to give it. So remember that अगर गुरु से भी blessings लेनी है ना, तो बिल्कुल शून्य बन जाओ and say, ठीक है, जो हो रहा है होने दो. And कई बार हमारा response होता है, I think not always out of ego, but sometimes out of sadness and anger. That, oh my God, for example, you're insulting me. Won't you apologize? And then you sit back and you say, you know what? I don't even need your apology because that's not worth it. I know my guru is looking out for me. Never be arrogant, as it never pays in the long run. Bakri sari umar मैं करदी रहंदिया, पर जद मरदी है उसदी चम ते तुम्बा बंदा है जिसदी आवाज तू हुंदी है, फिर ओ पछतांदी है ते रब नू कहंदी है, रब बस तू ही तू है. A goat all its life does meh, which is me. When it dies, its skin is used to make a musical instrument that takes out the sound of tu, you. After its death, it realizes its mistake and tells God that, God, there is only you and no one but you. A guru to test you may give you everything that you want and then quietly watches if you are able to handle it, or you will get arrogant. Even if a bit of arrogance or ego creeps into you, you are at a risk of losing everything. And sometimes, you have to remember कि कई बार गुरुजी आपको बहुत कुछ देंगे और ऊपर उठाते रहेंगे. But remember, संगत जी, जब ऊंचाई से तुम गिरते हो ना, तो और भी ज्यादा चोट पहुंचती है. मैं 8 पौड़ियां फटाफट चढ़ा देता हूं. 9वीं पौड़ी ते आके मैं पिछली 8 पौड़ियां खिंच लांदा हां. जिनने अहंकार ना किता ओ ठीक, वरना बंदा अहंकार दे मारे फिर पहली पौड़ी ते पहुंच जांदा हा. I, in order to test my disciple, will first make him climb the 8 stairs to spiritual progress very quickly. When he reaches the 9th and the final step, I remove all the other 8. Most of the time, the disciple will develop an ego and arrogance and will fall down to the first step again. Very few, 1 in a million, can pass this test. And we pray कि Guruji hamara wo test pass kara dena. And sometimes there's a little bit of hesitation in even talking about your own satsangs with Guruji कि ये डर लगता है कि उसको वो करते करते ego ना आ जाए. And a lot of people may perceive that as ego, but that's not ego. That's your pride. That's your joy in the nicest way when you can relive those moments with Guruji. And even if sometimes, with all humility, we share with a lot of love that, hey, this is not what was done in Guruji's time. That should not be perceived as, the old Sangat pulling a rank or bantoing jnana. All you are saying is that, hey, this is what we'd seen. No need to reinvent the wheel. Let's follow the same things, simple things, the simplest paths that Guru had paved for his Sangat. Let's just stick to that, right? A guru will many times praise others in front of you just to see what thoughts go on in your mind. Exactly. And just because you're calling somebody else nice doesn't mean that you're putting the other person who's listening down. और अगर ये thought भी तुम्हारे दिमाग में आ रहा है, we need to check ourselves. Where is our mind? If you don't get jealous of anyone, you're a true disciple. Don't let jealousy eat into your soul. For then, even the Guru will forsake you till you can overcome the jealousy on your own. ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ 5 ਸਾਲ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਪੜ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ. Meaning, when you think that Guruji has done someone's work and not done yours, then your spiritual progress goes back by 5 years. Now, we don't have to answer. We need to retrospect and introspect कि क्या कभी हमारे दिल में ये ख्याल आया है, and I can bet हम सबके दिल में वो ख्याल आया है. तो जब वो ख्याल आए, जल्दी से उसको निकाल दो, because it's going to only set you and me back. Never ask from your guru. A guru will know what to give and what is the best time to give it. If your guru is giving you something, remember there may be a greater good in the delay, or maybe that thing is not good for you at all. Let the guru be the best judge of it. Guru to ik mangna hunda hai, te ik manna hunda hai. There is something called asking from guru and another thing as believing and accepting a guru. अगर मानते हो तो मांगने की जरूरत ही नहीं है संगत जी. ਮੰਗਿਆ ਨਾ ਕਰੋ. ਜਦੋਂ ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੇਣਾ ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗਲਤ ਚੀਜ਼ ਮੰਗ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਔਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੇਣੀ ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਛੋਟੀ-ਛੋਟੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਮੰਗ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੋ. क्या पता ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ. ਮੰਗੋ ਨਾ. ਜਿਸ ਹਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਬ ਰੱਖੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ. Never ask for anything from a guru. You don't know what is good for you. When you keep asking, I have to give. You may ask for something that is not good for you, or you may ask for something too small. I may want to give you something bigger, so don't even ask. The way your guru keeps you, remain happy in those circumstances. Guruji would often tell my mother, Sukhmani Aunty, you have 1 kg gold in your locker, and my mother would always correct him and say, no, Guruji, I hardly have anything. Many a times he would, out of the blue, tell her, you will have a house in Jaipur, or open up a petrol pump. And my mother again would say that she didn't want anything but him. Then finally, one day Guruji made these vachans. कदे भी महापुरुष नू ना टोको. मैं जदों भी कुछ कह रहा हुंदा हां ओ मेरी ब्लेसिंग्स है तुहाडे वास्ते. मेरे कहन नाल ही ओ गल हो जांदी है, पर जे तुसी मैनू टोकोगे तां ब्लेसिंग्स उत्थे ही खत्म हो जाणगियां. Whenever I'm saying something, never stop or try to correct me, because this is my way of blessing you. By saying something, things will happen, and if you stop me, then these blessings stop there. Oh, I just felt a draft of really cold air go past me. In Jalandhar, Guruji had his astrological chart made by another very saintly person who was known to be very accurate with his calculations. My mother and I were present there when he read out Guruji's chart. Guruji de sare greh ek hi khane vich hai sivaye shadi te maya. E inne powerful haan ki je chahan suraj di kirna unnu ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਹੱਥ ਨਾਲ ਗਿਰਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਬੀਬਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨਾ ਕਹੋ, ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਮਾਲਿਕ ਹਾਂ, ਜਗਤ ਦੀ ਜੋਤ ਹਾਂ. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟਰ ਕਹੋ. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ 3 ਲੋਕ ਐਸੇ ਦਿਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੱਥਾਂ ਤੇ ਰੱਖਾ ਹੁਆ ਆਮਲਾ. Guruji has all his planets in one section of his chart, except the ones that deal with his marriage and money. He is so powerful that if he wishes, he can drop the rays of the sun with his hand. He then told us not to think of Guruji as just an ordinary guru. He is, in fact, the light of this world, the creator himself. He can see the 3 worlds on the palm of his hands, just like we as human beings see a gooseberry kept on our palm. While sitting in his room, one day Guruji asked my mother, Sukhmani Aunty, दस तू मैनू की समझदी हा? Tell me, who do you think I am? My mother replied, Guruji, मेरे वास्ते तुसी मालिक हो, निरंकार हो. Meaning, I think of you as my master, the creator of this world. He then did the following satsang with the two of us. मेरी कोई फॉर्म नहीं है, मैं लाइट विचों फॉर्म लेकर आया हाँ. मैं शिव हाँ, महाशिव हाँ. मैं अपनी फाइल आप कट के आंदा हाँ. मेरी मर्जी नाल आंदा हाँ, एते मर्जी अपनी मर्जी नाल आंदा है ते अपनी मर्जी नाल जांदा हाँ. मैं कोई गुरु नहीं धारिया, मैं 10 द्वार तो भी उत्थे हाँ. मैनू तुहाडे वर्गा बन के तुहाडे विच रह के तुहाडा कल्याण करना पैंदा हा. जे मैं अपना असली रूप विच आके बैठ जावां तो तुसी लोग डर के मारे मेरे कोल ना आवोगे. रोज सवेरे सूरज मैनू नमस्कार करके ही चढ़ता हा. मेरे सामने सारे ग्रह हाथ जोड़कर खड़े हुए हैं कि मालिक हुक्म करो ते असी तुहाडे वास्ते मर भी सकते हां. तुसी लोग तक किचड़ विच हो. मैं किचड़ विच आया हां तुहानू कड्डन वास्ते. मैनू हाथ लान नाल तुहाडा रोम रोम शुद्ध हुंदा हा. मेरे कोल चल के आन नाल तुहानू 10 अश्वमेघ यज्ञ दा फल मिलदा हा. तुहाडा बुरे कर्म जल जांदे हां ते अच्छे कर्म उभर के आंदे हां. मैं अपनी बॉडी दा हर एक पार्ट अलग कर सकता हां. तुसी लोग मैनू पहचान नहीं सकते. उड़ती हुई चिड़िया नू सब फड़ दे हां, पर जड़ी चिड़िया तुहाडे नाल बैठी हुई है उसकी कोई कीमत नहीं करता. जदों मैं चला जावांगा फिर याद करोगे कि कौन आया सी. मैं ता जगत तमाशा देखन आया हां. अर्थात, meaning in English, I do not have a form. I have taken form from light. I am not Shiv. I am Mahashiv. I take out my own file and come to earth. I come and go at will. I have no guru. Rightly so, Guruji ने अपने मुंह से बोला था, पहले भी मैं, हुन भी मैं, आगे भी मैं. इत्थे कोई गद्दी प्रथा नहीं. I am above the 10 dwars. I had to look like one of you to come and bless you all. I show you my real roop. You will all run away with fear. You people are living in dirt. I have come in this dirt to take you out of this. By touching me, every pore of your being gets purified. Each time you come to me, you get the benefit of 10 Ashwamedh Yagyas. With my blessings, you get your bad karmas get burned and good karmas are brought out. I can separate each part of my body. You people cannot ever understand me. Like a man runs after a flying bird and does not notice the one sitting next to him. Similarly, you run after false gurus and pandits, but are unaware of who I am. When I leave this body, then you will remember me and realize who had actually come to bless you. That is true. Very seldom हम में इतनी अकल होती है कि तब हम उस चीज को वैल्यू कर सकें जब वो चीज हमारे पास है. तब शायद रोज वो चीज तुम्हें हिला हिला के बोले कि देखो मैं हूं. And then, you know, when that thing is gone, we get into this complete meltdown and say that, oh my God, it's foul play, it's betrayal. But as a human being, we have to know when it is the right time to value what we have. The true blessings of a guru can be achieved whenever you remember him at all times and think of him to be next to you always. It is very important to love your guru and to love your guru with respect. Guru naal inna pyar hove ki jadon lipstick bhi lao तो उस विच भी तुहानू गुरु ही दिखे. And Sangat ji, this is true. Remember your guru in the most intimate moments, the most personal moments that you may be having. Don't be ashamed of that. Your guru is in every ounce of you. And that is true love. जब सोते जागते उठते बैठते ब्रश करते हुए बाथरूम में शावर में आप अपने गुरु को याद कर रहे हो तो वो प्यार नहीं तो और क्या है. Love your guru to such an extent that when you see him in everything. And when you are applying lipstick, you should see your guru in the lipstick. प्यार करो गुरु के नाल पर डर के प्यार करो. Love your guru by all means. Love him true, but you also must have fear of him. The day you lose the fear of your guru, your spiritual progress will stop. लोग मेरे को छोटी छोटी चीज़ां मंगन आंदे हां, असली चीज कोई नहीं मंगदा. जिसका मेरे कोल भंडार है. People come to ask me for small things because we are small-minded. But no one comes to ask me for one thing that I have in abundance. A spiritual master has within him the powers to carry 1,000,000 souls in his arms and take them through all the realms and grants them liberation. How many of us go to a guru with this aim in mind? We all have at some point of time asked for some meaningless things, like wanting children, jobs, a house, cure from an ailment, etc. Yes, as you know, we're guilty as charged. A living guru is a blessing not all of us are blessed with, and if you have one or have had one, then you are truly blessed. So now that we have this understanding, Sangatji, do we want to reset our own thinking and our own perspective on how we view things and how we see situations and how we look at people? I hope we can. Whenever you go to a guru, even if the guru asks you as to what you want, always say, Baksh do, Maharaj, Baksh do, Baksh do. Or Kalyan kar do, Maharaj, bless me. Never ask for anything. A true guru is aware of your problems and needs. And when the time is right, you will have everything without your asking. In fact, agar tumhara guru sacha guru hai, to obviously that guru doesn't have to be told, right? Guru to jani jaan hai, to fir mangna kya? In fact, will give you more than you could have ever asked for. Such is the greatness of a true master. Je mang ke litta, te ki litta. Meaning, taking a blessing by asking for it has no charm. Guruji often said this and stressed on the fact that a guru should never be told of your problems. True, a guru always knows. If a guru has to be told of your problems, then he is not a true guru. Getting something from your guru without having to ask for it has its own charm. आप मांगोगे तो शायद आपका गुरु दे. But is this आपके मन का या आपके गुरु के मन का? And which do you think will be better? हमारे मन का या हमारे गुरु के मन का? कलयुग which रब बहुत छेती मिल जाता है. In this Kalyug, it is very easy to attain God. And yes, we all know that. We all have experienced that. किसी ने अगर हमसे कोई पूछता है, have you been face to face with God? Yes, we have been face to face with God, except that at that point in time when we were truly facing God, we did not have this realization. Today we do. मैं तां सस्ते विच मिलिया हुआ है, तुहानू मेरी कदर नहीं. कर लो मेरे सर ते जिन्नी ऐश करनी है. Meaning, you have not have to go through struggles to find me. You have found a guru easily. Therefore, you don't know my value. Enjoy while you can at my cost. And that is so true. Because as we are reading Shiv Puran today, we are having these global forums on Shiv Puran. Sangat from different parts of the world is coming together to read and listen to Shiv Puran. And what does that point to? That even माँ पार्वती को इतनी कठोर पेनेंस तपस्या करनी पड़ी to attain महाशिव. हमने क्या किया? हमें तो वाकई बहुत सस्ते में गुरुजी मिल गए. The meaning and the importance of these words by Guruji never struck me till I came across the small Saki. Raja Janak was a very spiritual king. Before sitting on his throne, Ekta Aunty, I'll maybe go a few minutes over time, so please bear with me. Because I just want to finish this chapter. His throne, he would touch the feet of 9 rishis and take their blessings in order to remain humble and grounded. Sahdev Muni did meditation for 12 years in order to make Raja Janak his guru. One day, when Sahdev Muni goes to Raja Janak, he sees him dressed in his finest clothes, wearing loads of jewels and pronouncing a sentence of a 20-year imprisonment to a dacoit. Sahdev Muni is not impressed and goes back to his meditation for another 12 years. Once again, he goes to visit Raja Janak and sees he's busy listening to satsang when one of his soldiers comes to him and tells him that the kingdom is at the risk of getting burned. Go away, can't you see I'm listening to a satsang? Don't disturb me. After some time, the soldier comes again and says the fire has reached the gates of the kingdom. Again, Raja Janak scolds the soldier and tells him to go away. Sahdev Muni had left his few belongings that he had at the gates of kingdom and runs to save them from getting burned. Raja Janak then tells Sahdev, just to save a few of your belongings, you ran away. Look at me, my whole kingdom was at risk, yet I did not leave the satsang. You are not yet ready to have a guru. Sahdev Muni goes back to meditate for another 12 years, and on his way he starts to criticize Raja Janak. Narad Muni, taking pity on Sahdev and not wanting him to lose spiritual progress but criticizing a true saint like Raja Janak, comes to his rescue. He takes the form of an ordinary man and goes to Sahdev Muni, who is sitting under a tree. There is a river flowing not far from where Sahdev Muni is sitting. Naradji takes a basket full of sand and starts to put it in the river. For an hour, he keeps digging the sand and puts it in the river. After an hour, when Naradji comes and sits with Sahdev Muni questioned him. What have you been doing with this sand? I was trying to make a bridge, said Naradji. Sahdev Muni laughs and says, you have wasted your time. All the sand you put in got washed away with the current water. You have wasted an hour. Naradji replies, I have just wasted an hour of my life, but by criticizing a saintly man like Raja Janak, you have lost 6 years of your spiritual progress. By criticizing or hurting someone who has a clear heart, good karmas get burned out very fast. Sahdev Muni realizes his mistake, goes back to Raja Janak after 12 years of meditation. On seeing Sahdev again, Raja Janak orders his servants to throw him out. This time, Sahdev does not feel bad and is humbled. After passing this test, Raja Janak orders Sahdev to go stand under the window from where all the rishis are throwing out their leftover food. Sahdev goes and stands under the window with all leftover food being thrown at him. This does not affect him since he has learned to be humble. Again, Raja Janak hands Sahdev a bowl of oil full to the brim and tells him to roam the palace. He sends a guard with him with the orders that even a drop falls out, Sahdev is to be beheaded. To test Sahdev, Raja Janak displays his jewels all over the palace and has girls dancing to distract him. On his return, Raja Janak asks him, did you drop any oil? Didn't you see my jewels and diamonds? This time, Sahdev Muni falls at Raja Janak's feet, and finally, after 36 years of meditation, he is accepted by his guru. After having read this, I realized what Guruji meant was when he said God can be found easily in Kali Yuga. And I am ever so grateful to him for accepting us all and taking us under his wings so easily. He was one guru who was easily accessible to his disciples. Very true, and Guruji often used to say that Sangat to muthi bhar jitni hai, baki sab to bheed hai. The choice is ours, that do we want to constantly strive to be part of that muthi, or do we want to be in the bheed? Aur uski bhi, I think, prerna hame Guruji hi de sakte hain. So with that, I will take a pause for today and we will continue reading tomorrow. Koi bhool chook ho gayi ho, to main क्षमा प्रार्थी हूँ. And thank you for listening. Sada Shukrana Maharaj. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivji Sada Sahai. Om Namah Shivaya, Guruji Sada Sahai. Jai Guruji. Over to you, Shilpi Aunty or Ekta Aunty.
Thank you, Aunty. Aunty, are you there for a few questions, or should we wrap up?
Yeah, if there are any questions. My 11:30 got cancelled. That's why I told you I said I'm going to read till 11:30.
Okay, great. Sangatji, if anybody wants to ask anything or share anything. I don't think so, Aunty, today. So we'll wrap up the session today.
Awesome. We'll wrap up for today. Kal phir judenge. Sada Shukrana Maharaj. Jai Guruji.
Aunty, one auntie has raised her hand.
Hanji.
Nishi Aunty, you can unmute yourself, please.
Jai Guruji, Aarti Aunty and Jai Guruji. I just want to say thank you for reading this beautiful book by Sukhmani Aunty. I have read it, but as you know, we are human beings and we keep forgetting and we need the reinforcement. And I mean, we all are lucky, as you said, that look at that 36 years of penance and tapasya, and then you get a guru, and here we are, just in my case, I was just started going just like that. And Ravji Maharaj ko mere pe taras aa gaya, and he made me realize, where are you sitting? You just come and sit and eat langar and go and tell people that, oh, I am not the Sangat. I just come with my sister. You know how foolish we are. But I totally always in Shukrana, and I get emotional always about talking about Guru Maharaj. And just thank you for doing this. Everybody who is involved. I got the link. I have I listened the recording. I couldn't join in the previous session, so hopefully I will get the chance. And thank you, Guru Maharaj, Rabji Maharaj, and thank you everyone for doing this.
Shukrana Maharaj. Shukrana. And like it's also written in the book, Aunty, हमें हमारे पिछले जन्मों का पता नहीं. So maybe कुछ पिछले जन्म का कुछ पुण्य प्रताप होगा कि गुरुजी ने हमें अपने चरनी ले लिया. So very grateful to Guruji for that and his guidance, right? I was supposed to be reading a completely different book. And I don't know how in the spur of the moment I said, even though many people have read this book, let's just reread it again. Maybe I needed a refresher, and even the coffee table book. Not a lot of people have even seen that or heard of satsangs in that. So I truly believe that he is guiding us every step of the way.
Ji, bilkul, 100% correct. I mean, it does. I always feel, and thank you for saying that. Like, there must be some good karma in my somewhere in past births that Guruji made me realize that, like, look, where are you sitting? And this is totally. I mean, true. Yeah. Thank you.
No matter what life throws at us, hum Guruji wale hain, and that makes us super blessed.
Gee. And I'm having some negative thoughts recently, and I'm trying to quell it. And Guru Maharaj made me listen to today's recording. Today's session. It could not have come any better time. Ji.
Jai Guruji.
Jai Guruji.
Aunty, you can unmute yourself.
जय गुरु जी. आरती आंटी है राम अगेन. अभी आपके लास्ट चैप्टर में यू सेड ना कि कितनी भक्ति करनी पड़ी गुरु को पाने के लिए. सो आई जस्ट से 4 लाइंस. जैसे कबीर जी की है, जो ही खोजत ब्रह्मा थके, सुर नर मुनि देव, कहे कबीर सुन साधवा, कर गुरु की सेव. सो जिसको ब्रह्मा को ढूंढने में इतना समय लगा, एंड हाउ ब्लेस्ड वी आर. स्पेशली आई फील वेरी ब्लेस्ड. मेरे को तो गुरु जी ने लिटरली खींच के धक्का दे के हाथ पकड़ के उन्होंने मेरा हाथ पकड़ा है. आई वाज सच अ रिलक्टेंट पर्सन एंड हाउ ही हेल्ड माय हैंड. और ईगो के लिए भी शुरू में गुरुजी ने बोला, सो आई जस्ट से 4 लाइंस एंड देन वी लैंड अप. ये बहादुर शाह जफर की लाइंस है विच आई रियली लव्ड इट. दिया अपनी खुदी का जो हमने मिटा, वो जो पर्दा सा बीच में था ना रहा, ना तो पर्दे में है वो पर्दा नशीन, कोई दूसरा उसके सिवा ना रहा. So this is our end कि गुरु जी के अलावा कुछ नहीं है. So this is my take on him, and I have lot of takes on ego and from Rumi to Krishan, but this one I really loved it because अब उनके सिवा और कोई नहीं है, you know. बाकी तो सब रिश्ते हैं जो बनाए गए हुए हैं, है ना. It's eternal with him.
It's a journey, Auntie, and
It's a journey. It's a journey.
Just work in progress. It's work in progress. I don't think we can ever reach a stage in our lives where we can say that's it. Now I've reached a point of perfection. वो तो कभी हो ही नहीं सकता. So it's constant evolution and learning and unlearning and relearning.
He's giving us a chance to speak on him. He's God. How can we talk about God? You know?
We cannot. हमारी औकात ही क्या है? And if Kabir ji had said that अगर तुम इस सारी धरती को एक कागज बना दो और सारे पेड़ों को एक कलम बना दो और सारे 7 समुद्र के पानी को शाही बना दो, हम फिर भी गुरु की उस्तत करने की हमारी काबिलियत नहीं है, तो हम तो कुछ है ही नहीं. But I do want to compliment you on being one of our most enthusiastic and
I am very
present listeners.
I am very enthusiastic because you know, he's making me learn. I just say 4 lines again. है मौन में डूबी दुनिया, तेरा किस्सा कौन सुनाए, जो कहे तुझे ना जाने और जो जाने कह ना पाए. So, but it is Guruji's grace that he is giving us that right, that adhikar to talk about it.
Yeah,
you know, God has given you permission, and then हम लोग कितनी छोटी-छोटी बातें करते हैं उनके लिए.
और वो सेवा से आंटी हम अपने पुट्ठे लेख सीधे कर रहे हैं. Imagine that.
So, you know, he's like Nietzsche said, that which cannot be said should not be said, but still he's giving us a chance to speak. So it's his meher, and really unka shukrana hai. Though my biggest regret is that I found him very late in my life.
No regrets, Auntie. Everything for a reason. That's where I accept.
Yes. Thank you. Good
Jai
night.
Guruji.
Jai Guruji.
Anybody else would like to say anything? Thank you, Auntie, for today's reading.
Jai Guruji. Thank you. Shukrana.
Shukrana, Guruji.
Thank you, Aunty.